It's on.
Hello! Lights!
Rolling.
Camera!
Rolling.
Action!
Rolling.
Let me know when we're on.
In about a minute.
Oh, good.
No, the minute is up.
Oh, we're on? Hey, how you doing?
Welcome to Postcards from Lowell.
Postcard. Did you see the new signage?
That is brilliant. It's like
How's it show up, Mackie?
a kindergarten
It shows up good.
project.
Good. This is our director, treasurer,
Hello.
stage manager, and gardener for the show.
Accounts payable and receivable.
Yep. And Mary Ann Mac Cooper.
Thank you, Marianne.
And this, of course, is my sidekick, my pal, a guy we've been trying to get hooked up with anyone.
Yep.
Chad Carvel.
Hey.
And Dan Basin says hello.
Hello,
Dan
Mr.
Jeannie Brazil says hello.
Jeannie Brazil.
Yeah, Bill. Yeah.
And this is a postcard from Lowell.
Yes. Thanks, Chris, Susie, and Megan
Megan
Jones.
Jones.
Yay, that is an actual postcard that they actually got in Lowell.
So much mileage.
And this phone,
such
who
little
gave us
paper.
this? Our buddy,
Adam Messer.
bestest pal.
And technical advisor.
And puts it on YouTube for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we always say swell things about Adam.
Yes.
We have to. Yeah, it's a very good thing.
Oh, no, we're on this list. Don't join us.
Yeah.
And this, of course, is my Justin mug. It was my grandson's glass, and I love drinking out of it. And thank you, Carol Cooper. Anyway, hey, Dan Basin, welcome, and thank you for helping me out at Savannah Underground. Do appreciate that.
Oh, what's the Savannah Underground, Bill?
Funny you should ask.
Funny you should
It's
ask.
a play I'm in here in Savannah,
Oh.
and it involves history and ghost stories. A perfect thing.
Yes.
And they have it on weekends, Fridays and Saturdays. They may go to Thursday too. But anyway, it's doing real good. They're getting
I heard nothing but good things.
and it's a really great thing. And Dan does a hell of a job. He really
Yeah.
does. Nice going, Dan.
Yeah, a lot of theater and stuff going on in town.
It's a busy
It's
town.
coming
We love
back.
this city.
Savannah, Georgia is bumping.
We love Lowell and Savannah, Georgia. We love bumping
Yeah.
cities.
Lowell, where's that now?
It's in New England.
Any particular state?
Yeah, of course. Okay, so here's my postcard from Lowell.
Oh, that's what we do here.
And it's a good time to talk about it because it's summer. In summer in Savannah is hot. It's hot. I admit it's hot. I don't deny it. I don't let it bother me as much as some people do. It's mind over matter.
Yeah.
Right? So anyway.
And you still have
So I
sweat-
thought
No comment.
I'd bring you my postcard from Lowell today concerns a winter story.
a winter story.
A winter story.
Okay.
Now, my dear old dad used to love to take walks, and if we were around, he'd invite the kids. And I think I was the only one that went with him. My two sisters, they weren't going to go.
Right.
My baby brother was too young, and my other brother was, I don't remember him ever coming on the walks with my dad. It seemed
That's
to be
weird.
just me and my father. So one January in Massachusetts,
Freezing.
we took a walk to an old abandoned quarry in Lowell. In freezing, there ain't a word for it. There ain't a word for how cold it was that day. I almost had to walk backwards because my face was freezing.
Is it a wind?
And my father he had his walking stick, and hey, well, it's a good day for a stomp. And I had to wait till the spring, till his words thawed out, till I heard what he said.
Stomp.
It was a brutal, brutal cold day. He brought, however, he would take wax paper back in those days. I think they didn't have plastic bags, but he'd put 2 hot dogs in wax paper, and he'd bring the jar of mustard, and he brought a thermos of tea. Oh no, he brought a little pan and a canteen of water and a couple of tea bags.
So this wasn't walking. This is
and
camping.
sugar. Well, it was like
It was a picnic
A picnic.
in the winter.
it was a freeze-nick.
You don't get
It was a
You don't want to do it.
So anyway, after a walk, maybe a mile and a half or so, my skinny little legs were aching, but everything was, I was so cold. And then Dad, light the fire. So he'd get some dead branches around. In no time, he had a fire going. He had it going. Oh, it just felt so good.
That's awesome.
And then we'd get some sticks, and he'd whittle the stick. and slap a hot dog on it and hand it to me, and he'd whittle one for himself. And we'd cook those over there. And then I don't think they had the squeezed bottles of mustard.
Certainly
It was a glass bottle. And what wasn't frozen in the mustard bottle, we pounded the hot dog through, put mustard on it, and ate them. But it was hot. It was hot, and it felt so good. And then he had a little pan, and he heated up some water from the thermos.
Yeah.
He must have kept it under his coat so it didn't freeze. Anyway, and then he dunked a couple of tea bags in it, and he liked sweet stuff. He must have put a cup of sugar in for 2 people. And we had our little Boy Scout mugs or whatever. And when that cooked, it was the hottest thing I ever tasted. The sweetest thing I ever tasted. But my God, did that feel good. All of a sudden, just freezing to death changed to comfortable. It really did. It changed to comfortable. I had that big mustardy hot dog, no bread. He wasn't going to carry bread.
No.
What do you think I had?
That would have been too much.
What do you think? Am I delicatessen or something? No way.
So he built a fire near the quarry or on the
Yeah,
quarry?
in the quarry. It was
in the
like,
quarry.
a big snow, and the kids used to go sliding there.
Right, yeah.
And that, but it was too cold to slide. No humans were out in New England that day, except for my father and I.
No animals.
No animal. No, you didn't even see tracks. They went out and covered them up so people didn't know they were there, those animals. So anyway, while we're cooking, and that wasn't the first time we had done that, my father said, "Oh, look at that." It was like an old, the tobacco cans, like Prince Albert tobacco, were actually a can.
Yeah.
And it was,
I don't know, it was, on it.
No, actually it was a flat can like that, and you opened the top and took the tobacco out. But there was one there, and it looked, there was no snow on it or anything. So he picks it up and opens it. There's a note in it. It says, "Hi, we want to know who you are because we're the Musketeers." That was a famous show back in the old day, Disney show.
50-something.
And we know you're coming here. We see the charcoal from your fires and that. Who are you? Signed the Musketeers. So my father did bring a pencil.
Shocker.
No.
And everything else.
He wrote, "Dear Musketeers, I am the lone stranger with my faithful companion Pronto. We stop here from time to time after chasing the bad guys.
The bad guy.
And to refresh ourselves, today we had a hot dog and tea. Sincerely, the lone stranger," and here, buddy, signed it. Pronto? Yeah, Pronto. We put it in the can. And we kept doing that. Every time we went there was a new note from them.
Really?
Really?
And a new note from us. And we'd answer the note. We never met them. We have no idea who it was.
Well,
But these were kids. They were probably, say, from 11 to 14 years old, I'm thinking, because of,
they could go out in the cold and be fine.
Yeah, it's just, the way it was worded and everything that I recall. I think it was, and that was my age, too. So, I could relate, but
That's
I knew.
fantastic.
Yeah, I never knew who they were,
Now,
never got to meet them.
Did they start a campfire as well, or was it mostly just...
I don't remember
Yeah.
that, but it was at the place we had it.
Yeah.
If they had it, we wouldn't have noticed, because it might have been a week or two later we went there, and there would, snow would cover it and stuff would get moved in there. But
Well, that your father even think to even look in the can to see.
it was there with no snow on it, and it looked unusual.
It stood out.
And
So
my
someone
father's
dropped
thinking,
it,
maybe a bank robber, it fell out of his pocket and was stuffed with bills, something like that, and which he would have turned in.
Before you even ask me,
Go ahead.
I'm not going out this winter to have pocket weenies. I don't want your pocket weenies and your jar mustard, okay? That's not happening this winter.
I've known you for more than 2 winters. Have I ever asked you to do that?
No, but maybe.
But you did plant the seed, thank you.
Yeah, okay. But I want coffee. I don't want tea.
That's fine. And I don't like tea with sugar in it. Today I drink black tea. The only thing I put in is a squeeze of lemon. I don't put anything else. No cream, nothing. Black tea. But that sugar, and it was like freaking
Molasses.
It was so thick with sugar, but it must have sped the heating process inside.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was it. That's my postcard from another true story from the thrilling days of yesteryear.
I can't believe you did this with your dad more than once. If I went out freezing, I'm like, okay, that was fun, Dad. Not again.
Well, you think you would
I
remember.
like to walk. I always liked to walk. I hated being inside.
Oh, yeah.
So no matter what, I hated being inside.
Yeah.
If it was, the winds were 60 miles an hour and it was pouring, and he said, "Let's take a walk," I'd have been the only one going with him.
That's funny.
You
I
were.
love I love being outside.
That's funny.
But anyway, so that's my memory of that. So anyway,
Tell you about a walk I took.
go ahead.
Do you remember that lady Elizabeth
Oh yeah.
who was supposed to hook us up with the artist agent
Oh yeah.
to represent your work?
Yeah.
Yeah, I took a walk. Away.
And?
I took a walk away.
A long walk off a short pier.
She was very accommodating and wanted me around. She wanted me to be there every day, and she had a different costume for me to wear every day. I mean, fashion, Bill, fashion. She had different fashion for me, and I'm like, did you know I was coming? You already have all these clothes already here.
She has a passion for fashion.
For boy fashion. Well, that's debatable.
For boy.
Let's say gender non-specific fashion.
Okay.
Really, anybody could have worn it. I think.
So what's your problem? She showed an interest in
She
you.
wanted a life-size Ken doll to dress up, and I'm not that guy. I'm just not that guy. I love you very much.
Yeah.
I gave you her number for artist representation.
Yes.
I feel like she would help you out. Because,
Oh my God! How did that get there?
Yeah.
And what is that?
this is a classic dream treescape, I'm calling it.
It's another
Ooh.
BC.
A patriotic dreamscape.
Yep.
Red, white, and blue. That's what I said. I'm going to paint a red tree and a white tree on a blue background.
Yes.
That's my patriotic tree.
It's great.
I think it's
And I
good.
feel like you need a representation so we can get, I can get my commission.
So Elizabeth didn't work out then.
Not for me,
Not for you.
but she'll probably work out for Bill. She has a keen eye.
Well, I ain't getting dressed for her. I am only painting for her.
No. I don't think that's required of you.
Thank you.
Uh,
Because she knows I'm happily married.
yes.
Even if Marianne, my wife, wasn't here, I'd be saying
Well,
the same thing.
Clear Marianne doesn't dress.
He's a
you up.
wise man.
Marianne, have you ever tried to give him outfit advice and make him wear what you want him to wear?
I think I tried once.
Yeah.
And it didn't really work out. So I let him dress himself now.
Yeah. But you draw the line. You're like, no, not just.
Well,
yeah, that's happened
there
more than
was
once.
one T-shirt, and I said no, don't. And he said, but that's what the people downtown give me money because I look like I'm homeless.
How do you
I
think
said,
get
I'll
my
give you the
beer
money.
I wear this downtown.
I'll give you the money. That's
Yeah. Look, I know there's people in need and they hold up signs and they need help. Some of these people are professionals.
Yes, they are.
They're very obviously professionals because their shoes are nicer than my shoes.
Yeah, I know. And their cell phones are nicer than you.
You know what I should do?
What?
Let's give those people Elizabeth's number. She can dress up those people.
Well, here's what we do. Seriously. You touched on a serious side. Homelessness is a sad thing.
For real.
So Marianne and I, we don't have a lot, but we always give. Every month we give to the shelter. We give to about 3 organizations that help homeless people or
You
people
give what
down
you-
on their life.
give what you can.
We give that. And as I say, I am not giving money on the street. All I'm doing is buying them more beer. I can't do that.
Yeah.
So would I give it to organizations, Marianne and I, give it to organizations that help them, that actually help
Right.
them. A place to sleep, take a shower, get something nice to eat, get some education if that's what you want and need.
Yep.
And that's the way I do it. I
Yep.
will not give it to them on the street because...
I give it to them on the street. Ask me why.
No.
Why?
Don't ask them why.
I'll just want to know why.
So other people that are watching see that I'm giving them money. I'm just kidding.
You're the
I'm
Good
just kidding.
Samaritan. I tell you the story about...
I can't look them in the eye.
No, I tell you the story about the ones that were hanging around. They were on Abercorn, and periodically, a couple of times a day, this man in his pickup truck comes by, gathers the money, and sends them out there again. So I won't give them any money.
I've never seen that.
I won't give them any money.
Oh,
Some panhandlers make more in a year than all of us put together make.
Man, I didn't know there was panhandler handlers.
Yes, that's what it is.
That's funny.
I remember a guy
That's
Terrible.
It's terrible.
on the radio. He had written a book, and this was 50 years ago. He was on the radio. Written a book that I made $50,000 tax-free panhandling. 50 grand 50 years ago
Yep.
was like
100,000.
twice a good salary.
Yeah.
It was like, if you made 25 grand, then you were doing good.
Yep.
You were doing good. And 50 grand,
Yep.
he made it tax-free. So that's like making 70 grand that you had to work for. And he was bragging about it, and then now writing the book and selling the book, bragging about it. And that was when that smartened me up. 50 years ago, I said, that's it. I will never give another penny to a panhandler. But you don't know who it is. And again, that we do have systems for them to go to and to help them. And that's where they...
And they're becoming more available all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, the
Everyone's got a
salvation.
cell phone and be like, can you cash app me?
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting away from this show is to make people
No,
laugh.
this is about the fact that what your dad took you out in the cold.
Yes.
He basically had no confidence in you. He's like, I'm going to show him how to make a fire. He's probably going to be eating hot dogs the rest of his life. Let me just show him how it is so he'll be prepared.
That's an excellent analogy.
That's a theory. It's a theory.
I don't think I could have lit a match. And, you know, I'll wait for the young people to Google match.
Yeah.
I don't think I could have lit I was so freaking cold.
That's what happens when you swipe right. You get a match.
Your swipe left is no match.
No match. Yeah.
And he had right-handed matches. So you know they weren't I wasn't going to be able to light them. Yeah. And that was when the striker on a book of matches. I think
worked.
right in that drawer there's a book of matches.
They don't work anymore.
We can tell these people. Is there one there or is it in the kitchen?
I bought one of those.
It's me.
I bought, you
No,
know,
they're in the. I know that they're in the kitchen. Never mind.
they make those 3-pack of kitchen matches. You know, the big boxes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Strike anywhere.
Strike nothing. You can't light a match off the side of that box. It might as well just be.
I know it disappears in a hurry. It's cheap stuff they put
Nothing.
on the side. That's right.
Nothing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Remember a Clint Eastwood movie where he struck his match for a cigar on the guy's beard.
Yeah.
The guy had a scruffy beard and he just. So anyway, the book of matches, the striker used to be on the front of it.
Yeah.
And it would say, close cover before striking. And there's a reason, because sometimes the spark would go up, and while you were lighting your cigar, cigarette, or pipe or something, the entire book would go up in your hands. So then they got a brilliant idea. Let's put the striker on the back.
That makes sense.
And it made a huge difference.
I used to flip the cover over onto the back and then pinch the match.
Oh, and pull it through? Yeah. Well, that's only the...
But when the book was that bad, it was time, you know, to throw it away. Yeah. So, Bill.
Yes, go ahead, fire away.
I think I'm just going to give up
On
getting hitched or getting together. I think
nah,
I'm just
you
gonna
ain't
give
up. No, you're not going to give up. You know how I know why?
Why?
Because you went out with all these losers we fixed you up with. So that proves you ain't ever going to give up. And you come back with a full report on your on your thing. And some of them we criticize you for. So what? Is that her only fault? I mean, she wanted to kill you? Big deal. Is that her only fault?
That's a big enough one. Dressing me up in strange costumes, that's a line I'm just not happy about.
I like, but we might have kids in the audience, but I like the dressing you up part. I think that was cool.
Well, I mean, I do need some help, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't mind a little suggestion. Like Mary Ann might give you a suggestion. Or maybe go with the yellow shirt. Or go with the green shirt.
No, it's, you know, here's how Mary Ann suggests. You wearing that? That's all she'll say. She won't say don't. Yeah. You're wearing that.
That's
but
it?
One time I come running back in the house to change on purpose because we each had jeans on.
Oh.
And I didn't know. She was outside before me waiting, and I go outside. We both had the same color shirt on. I said, whoa! You are a twin. I ain't one. I'll be right back. And I changed to a totally different color
Well, if
shirt.
she wanted to go to a Sadie Hawkins dance, you know, you got to matchy match for a Sadie Hawkins dance.
Yeah, but you don't have to when you're married. You don't have to go to Sadie because that's when the girl asks the guy to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe more married couples should go to Sadie Hawkins.
But that's what I will not do. I will not dress up with anyone and look twinsy. And I'm sure there's couples out there that think it's so cute when they do it. And believe me.
I'm with him, and I'm with her, and they have the same T-shirt.
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Oh, Lordy.
I'm with stupid.
I draw the
and the
line.
other one says stupid. Yeah.
Some people's sense of humor is interesting. I mean,
Yeah, I postcards from Low.
yeah.
And I don't even say which Low because there's only one.
Only one.
Have you Googled that to make sure there's only one Lowell?
Well, the others come up, but they're not Lowell.
They're not actually.
There are
No.
others.
Lowell man.
Betty David was only born in one Lowell.
Did
Jack
he
Kerouac
mention?
was only born in one Lowell.
Yeah. Lowell. I tell you he was from Lafayette, but I don't know.
Lafayette. It starts with laugh. That's all you need to know.
That's why I'm so funny.
And Lowell starts with Lowell.
You can only go up from Lowell.
Hey, we're trying to sell this show. And, oh yeah, I can't tell you that swell news. I'll tell you, in September we get swell news.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Go to the VFW Post 660 on Thursday, the
August 12th.
August 12th,
2021.
Yeah.
Yep. 7 o'clock.
Around 7
start.
o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we have another that your brother Todd, who is the chef there, and the chef, excellent chef.
Good cook.
Yep.
He really is.
Good cook.
And good food there, but he asked me if I would host a comedy show, and a month ago I said, yeah, okay, and we tried it, and it really worked out good.
Fantastic.
We had some good comedians, and
It's open mic.
people loved it. It's open mic, and there's no, if you live in Savannah, there's no cost. If you come from
Gratis.
another state,
There's no cost.
there's no cost.
Yeah.
If you don't come from the hub of the universe,
That's
there's
Boston.
no cost.
You want to try your comedy skills?
Yeah. Give it a
Come
shot.
on
Oh
down.
yeah, that's right. And if you always thought you'd like to do some stand up,
Yeah.
come on down. It's really easy.
Yeah.
We hand you that mic.
Even I did it.
And you did a great job.
I know.
You did. You know, my humility.
I don't know.
My humility has not rubbed off on you a bit, has it?
That's only funny because I have a very low,
All right, so we're getting towards the end here. We get into serious stuff, which
That's okay.
we will never do again.
It's fine.
No,
What was serious about pocket weenies?
Panhandlers.
Oh, who do we have to say hi to, Marianne?
Well, did we say hello to Carol?
Yeah.
No.
No, well,
I
Carol.
always do.
Tangentially.
Yes.
Hi,
And
Carol.
Bisha,
Hi, Bisha.
Hi, Bisha. That's
great
Darlene.
Yeah.
Darlene and Terry.
Terry, yeah.
Yeah. And Bernard Chasen.
Hello.
Bernie
Bernie
Chasen, he
Chasen.
played cribbage in our tournaments, him and his wife.
Oh,
remember?
for goodness sakes.
Also, what a great name.
Roger Martin.
Hey, Roger.
Roger, he owns I think a big Honda hog. He does, speaking of hot dogs.
Bisha
How you
says,
doing, Roger?
Bisha says, seriously funny.
Thank you, guys.
We love it.
Yeah, that's
hey,
fine.
hey, and Bisha, guess what? We'll be getting together soon. We'll call you about that.
I feel like
That would be
Bisha would
cool.
be kind of like wanting to dress me up. I'm gonna have to talk to your husband and find
We
out.
could do
Hey,
that.
dress your husband up, Bisha.
We could do that.
Darlene.
All right, anyone else that popped up there?
No, at the end of that.
All right, so we're going to post the show now. As always, thank you for joining us. Postcards from Lowell. Every Wednesday at 1
1 o'clock.
Eastern Daylight Time right now.
Daylight, yeah.
Yep.
Be nice to everybody. Be nice to everybody.
No, be better than that. Have a nice time.
See you
Better
next
than
week,
that.
everybody.
Be swell.